Now from age 13 to 18, this is going to be late middle school and high school. There's a whole lot more conversations you're going to be having as your child begins to have crushes and get a boyfriend or girlfriend, begins to date. There's going to be a lot more conversations you'll want to broach, and in small little bites, right? So you want to give them a little here and a little there. Some of the things you'll want to talk about is definitely the importance of waiting for sex to make sure that they don't feel too much pressure, that sometimes people will say they're doing it and they're really not. There might be peer pressure, that it's important to wait for a committed, loving relationship, things like that. Whatever your values are about when you think sex is right in a relationship are some of those things that you want to be sharing with your children. You want to also talk about when someone does have sex, that they want to plan their families and that they don't want to have a family on accident. And they certainly don't want to get any diseases from it. And some of the things that they're going to need to know about are how to protect their body, from disease and from an unwanted or unintended pregnancy. So it is important that you start to talk about condoms and you start to talk about other birth control methods. What you think how you want them to handle a relationship like that when it became time, when they are ready for sex, what your expectations of behavior is. I expect you to use condoms each and every time when the day comes that you have sex. And you can say, I hope you don't have sex, but if you do, this is what I want you to know. I think it's important that you use condoms and birth control together. Right? A message something similar to that would be very healthy for a young person to hear. So see if you can share that with your child and help empower them. You can also share where they might be able to get these methods, right? Condoms, there's no age restriction to buy condoms. So, you can tell them where they can get them really inexpensively. Some families will even offer to buy them or have them in the house just in case, especially as their children are older teens. And you can also share that if they do decide that they're ready to have sex, that you're willing to take them to the doctor, and help them get the birth control that they may need, right? Or get tested before they have sex. You want to make sure that they understand and know that is very important. You can also say if you live in a state where there's minor consent laws where children can get access to care without a parent, I think that it's important to let your child know that too. To say, I'm happy to go with you. If you don't feel like you can tell me, or you're really scared to tell me or embarrassed to tell me, I still think it's important that you protect your body and you can go without me as well. Okay, I think it's good to let your child know that too. Okay, some other things you want to be talking about are what healthy relationships look like again, and giving examples about how relationships should be built on trust. They should be equal relationships. There shouldn't be one person telling the other person what to do or how to act or behave, and talking about jealousy and what's appropriate jealousy, inappropriate jealousy. There's 1 in 4 teens will experience dating violence, so it's definitely a subject you want to have some conversations around, making sure your children understand when a relationship is being too controlling, okay? You can also talk about consent, and I think it's very important actually that you do talk about consent and how no means no, yes means yes, and that someone can stop what they're doing at any time, and you need to respect their no, and what to do if you're ever in a situation where you feel uncomfortable or someone's not respecting your no, how to handle those things, who to talk to, that it's not their fault, that you're going to be there for them, and give them resources and help with that. Those are all some of the conversations you'll want to have. Some other things that you want to think about too is a lot of times children, but if they don't know already by age 13 to 18, they definitely know who they're attracted to at this point. They're going to know their sexual orientation. And my hope is that you're able to let your child know that no matter who they're attracted to, that you'll love them no matter what. And try to set this expectation of support and unconditional love around that, because a lot of children who do identify as gay or bisexual have a lot of anxiety about letting their family know what their sexual preferences are. And I hope that you can empower your children that no matter what, who they're attracted to, that you'll always love them. Another thing is gender identity. There's definitely, most children will have the gender identity of the biological sex they were born into, but for some children that's not the case. There are some people who were born biologically male or female who feel that they should have been the other sex. And if that happens, if that is your child, you'll want to definitely seek some additional support and resources to help you through that. And I do provide some of that in the resource section if that sounds like your family. But you also want to make sure you foster some respect for differences in all differences. You want to have some respect and foster some tolerance as well of how the diversity in this world. And the diversity definitely rolls over into sexuality as well. So you want to have conversations around how people might be different and what your beliefs are around those things and what your family believes and what you hope your child believes. Those are all really important conversations to have at this age. There's definitely more you want to be talking about: drugs with your kids, other vaping or smoking. You want to be talking about other high-risk activities that may be happening. And some of these things you may be forced to talk about because they may happen in your child's life or around your child. Maybe some of their friends might be doing things that you hear about. But what you really just want to make sure is you're always fostering this open, honest conversation. And as your child starts to go to parties, that you talk about how to handle certain situations they may find themselves in. If there's drinking or drugs at a party, how you want them to handle that. Maybe you can have a code word as a family so that they know if they use this code word with you that you need to go pick them up, or you need to say no to the question they're asking you, something along those lines. There's definitely some wonderful parenting tips in there that you'll want to make sure that you're able to let your child know when will be no questions asked. If they feel unsafe somewhere, you want to always just let them know that their health and their safety is always your number one priority, no matter what. And I think if you can do that and you let them know they can tell you anything, and you got to show them that they can tell you anything by making sure you got your poker face on and you're calm as much as possible. And if you do mess up and you say something that you wish you didn't, that you can say you're sorry and that you can fix it and try to fix it later. And let children know that it's okay to make mistakes, but we need to learn from them, and label things as mistakes, and not that your child's bad or shaming them about what kind of person they are, but that they made a poor decision instead. Okay, so some of that verbiage I think is also really important to healthy self-esteem, healthy body image, and all these things that we want to make sure our kids are whole and healthy. I hope that all of this information was very helpful. There's definitely more things you want to talk about. If there's comments that you have about different age brackets, questions you have if things are normal, definitely utilize the comment feature. And you guys can also answer for each other, help each other parents out, and share experiences that you've had and questions you have, so we can all support each other. This parenting thing doesn't come with a book, so we're all doing our best, and we want to make sure that we're talking to each other and helping each other through this lifelong journey of parenting. So thank you so much for watching, and there's definitely some more videos that are here to help you on your journey as well, and I'll see you in those. Bye-bye.